Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cafe Life. This is podcast 104 in our series of transformational questions. We believe that the better the question, the better our experience of life will be. Good questions, like a good cup of coffee, need to be enjoyed, slowly sipped on, percolated, allowing the aroma to seep into our consciousness.
And we love doing these podcasts while sipping on a good cup of coffee. It's something about the ambience. It just creates a sense of alignment to who we are and what we're trying to do. And we do realize that it might make a little bit of background noise, but we hope you actually enjoy it, that you actually feel part of what this is all about. You might hear Louis Armstrong in the background, and at times it seems like he's getting a bit louder, but we'll just talk a bit closer to the mic. But we're in Florida Road, Durban, and we at a very, very well-known chain store, coffee chain store or chain, Starbucks. Yeah, that's where we are. Starbucks, good old Starbucks.
Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoyed sipping on my cappuccino. What did you have?
I had an Americano. That tends to be my favorite. I find cappuccinos are a little bit too milky.
Okay. All right, guys. So our question today is, what are my I am statements? A new year is a natural moment of opportunity to go back to the start or to hit that reset button. Most of us, in some form or another, have come into the year with some objectives or goals to achieve, like get a new job, launch your product, get out more, or perhaps to say yes more, or perhaps no more. Some habits to start or stop, like going to the gym, add more greens to your diet, connecting with your family and friends, putting your dirty clothes in the laundry basket. I put that in for Mike.
Thank you. And these commitments might come in the form of a New Year's resolution or simply be loosely held intentions, but chances are all of us have created some, even if they haven't actually gone onto a piece of paper. There's this natural tendency in us as humans to, like Manny said, once you hit the reset button, we do it probably every week, every Monday. We maybe have this loose intention of how we want the week to be. We possibly do it at the start of every month. But probably the most popular of all is this time of the year when we hit the 1st of January and we wanted something different to what 2019 was about. And I think that's a really, really good thing. We should continuously be seeking upward movement.
Yeah, so generally people are cynical or cynical towards a new start type thinking, as our experiences often confirm that we soon conform and slip back to how we were. We are already 2 weeks into a new year, into this 2020, and I would imagine that for many, the way of 2019 is possibly already becoming deja vu.
Yeah, I love how you said our own experiences often confirm that we soon conform and slip back to how we were. And why is this so often the sad reality? Well, firstly, change is never easy. Change requires focus, discipline, and resolve. Progress requires the art form of unlearning. And I think that's so apt and so good. Progress actually requires unlearning. So to do something different in 2020 means we probably need to unlearn something from 2019, and that unlearning might stretch back many, many years. What can help us in implementing the change that we so desperately want to implement is to understand the focus or the motivation behind the change. Many times the energy or desire behind the change is what we would call an outcomes-focused change. So let's just play around with some familiar outcomes-focused change. Got one for us?
Yeah, so a body weight in kilograms. One might say, I need to lose weight and I need to get to 60 kgs. This is an outcome-focused change.
And you probably hit on the most prominent of all changes this year is about weight loss. Is about a an ideal number when you get onto the scale. And what drives the change is the outcome, like Manny said, 60 kilograms. One which would resonate with me would be I need to run 4 kilometers in 20 minutes. Once again, whatever change I want to implement, it's because I want to get to that goal of being able to run a 4 kilometer 20 minutes.
Or it could be, I need to make 5 new friends this year. And yeah, again, outcome focus.
And if you think of all the examples we've given you there, weight or fitness, friendship, they're all fantastic outcomes, and I'm sure all of us would want 2020 to probably have a measure of success in those type of places. If we think of the organizational world, most people when they got back to work this year were probably quickly reconnected with outcomes that the work wants to achieve. And a lot of that would have been around profit, around margin, and new customers and things like that.
A second energy or desire behind change would be that of identity. Here the reason I am changing is because it's aligned to who I aspire to be. And some examples are, I need to write every day because I am a writer. I need to spend 15 minutes every day on my signature talk because I am a motivator or a motivational speaker. I need to exercise 6 times a week because I am an athlete. I need to listen to others because I am a leader.
So I think you'll probably and hopefully notice a clear difference there. We probably are still doing some of the same behaviors, but what's driving the change is not the outcome. What's driving the change is this is who I am. Clearly, all the above examples that Mandy gave will achieve results. If you write every day because I am a writer, you will probably achieve the goal of writing a book. The outcome, however, is not the motivator. The motivator is writing that links to my identity, to the person I am or I aspire to be. So I wonder which of these are the strongest. Would outcome-focused change, habits, disciplines be stronger than identity-focused change, or would it be the other way around?
The most powerful changes are those that become part of who you are. You might start a resolution because of a desired outcome, but you're more likely to stick with it when it becomes part of the type of person you are. A different way of starting this year is to create statements around your identity. These might and probably will be aspirational. Your statements might go like this. I am a musician. I'm a great mother or a great father. I am an entrepreneur.
So imagine having the task of coming up with 5 or 6 I am statements. And then to these statements, you link the behavior or the habit you might need to create. Because I am a musician, I will practice 30 minutes a day. So it starts off with, I am a musician. Because I am a musician, I will practice 30 minutes a day. From here, you might focus on the desired outcome. So we've created the I am, we've created the habit, now we look at the outcome. So because I am a musician, I will practice 30 minutes a day, and therefore I will perform on the stage at the end of the year function. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, suggests 2 powerful steps, and I just love these steps. He says, firstly, decide the type of person you are or want to be. Secondly, now prove it to yourself by casting votes for the person you are or want to be.
That's so important.
Yeah, it's profound. It's imagine starting the year with somebody asking you the question, not what are your New Year's resolutions, but asking the question, what is the type of person you are in 2020? And then to that we link the behaviors, and to that we might then link an outcome. We work with companies across a broad spectrum, and one of the areas we focus on is culture. A key vehicle of culture is the defined values and associated behaviors. Defining values and behaviors are essential, as we cannot create what we have not defined. I think that's again very important. Either you define yourself or others will quickly and incorrectly define you.
Yeah.
Talk to many people who are in the organizational world about values and behaviors, and you will probably get a cynical answer that goes something like this: yeah, nice thought, but quite a waste of time. Because all too often it is. All organizations talk a big values game, and yet somehow the experience of those employed does not reflect the lofty statements. Sometimes this is because we fail to translate values into behaviors that matter. A second reason, and linked to this podcast, is that the desired change is not connected to identity. Imagine an organization who gets their people to connect with their I am, or maybe we have to go plural here, we are. This is who we are. And therefore, and from this comes their values. I realize that making a connection to a belief might also require just as much time and investment as trying to get people to connect to an outcome. But once people get that identity, the change becomes so much more easier, because we're doing this because we are the people who is this.
Yeah. So guys, how have you started this year? Perhaps you have introduced meaningful change and these are really going well. So keep on going. But maybe do a little bit of extra work by linking your change to the person you are becoming. Sorry about that. Maybe you have started with nothing or have already failed. Never too late. Spend a bit of time reflecting on your I am statements. If it feels uncomfortable, don't worry. It is often, it can be,
Very much so.
Yeah. If the I am statements feel overwhelming, change the wording to I am the type of person who.
Yeah, so I am statements can be quite bold. I am the type of person who just softens it up a little bit and might be easier to get to. So final thought. Turning 20 could be considered the age that takes you to really being an adult. 21 is the year we give the key away. Let's make 2020 that maturity year, the year of identity. Live and breathe out of your identity. Change and respond out of your identity. You're never going to do it perfectly, but every day you can show up to cast votes for the type of person you choose to define yourself as. I'm sure that you will find greater grip to develop the habits and changes that you are wanting to when you are connecting it to identity. Remember, the development of a positive, life-giving habit is probably the best gift you can give yourself. What you do consistently becomes who you are.
Definitely. So this is Cafe Life. We are outrageously passionate about bringing life and meaning to people and teams. And we'd like to invite you to visit our website, which is cafelife.co.za. And yeah, please share our material and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Our next podcast will come up in 2 weeks' time. And our question is, what's my pathway back to the start? Till then, keep shining and keep finding your way to your coffee stop moments.